All right. I think we should be live by now. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a great time with BSG already. I'm Grumpmeister. I'll be playing Infinite Undiscovery for you. And I'm joined here with my coach commentator, Biscuit. Hopefully he won't walk off during the run, but he's a dog with his own free will. Yeah, I'm just going to get started on this because it's still a pretty long run. My estimate is incredibly generous, so things may end earlier than expected. Um, let's just head into it. I'll count down. Make sure that I'm at ready with pressing buttons. Right, in 3, 2, 1, go. So right away we're thrown into the action here, and I will intentionally want to get a hit here. It seems to work best for me. I'm going to try to explain this story as much as possible when I can, but sometimes a lot happens at the same time. And the first bit of RNG is already here. I'm skipping all the cutscenes. I did get the correct start. There is a possibility at the start that you will only get 2 red berry potions. And red berry potions are like a normal potion from a generic RPG. But with this start you get 5. You get a blueberry potion, which is like a high potion, and you get 5 Phoenix Downs basically. Alright, we get the connect menu. I'm swapping to Aya and make sure that she attacks, that kills the jailer, and I'll unlock the elevator. A lot happens at the start. I'll do my best to explain things as we go. We will remove her sacrificial doll. It allows me to take a hit that would normally kill me and then survive. And now the cutscene glitches out a little bit. That happens sometimes. Anyway, you're Capel. You're basically thrown in prison because you look a lot like the leader of the resistance in this world. The world has a bit of an issue, like the Order of Chains has taken control of the moon. They chained the moon to the world, and this has to do with the moon god, basically, that gives everyone that is born under a moon a lunar glyph, which allows people to use magic. But the resistance is also like, those chains, they're not good. They only chain the moon to one position and whatnot, and it has bad effects. So the resistance is trying to rid the world of those chains. Capel looks a lot like the leader, and was thrown in prison. And during the attempt that the resistance had at one of the chains, they were beaten and scattered. And because Aya did see Capel being captured, she thought it was the resistance leader, and now you're here. You didn't ask for any of this, and Capel will let you know that he didn't ask for any of this. Like, he's really self-aware, and that's also one of the things that makes this game a bit. How would you say that? It had some issues with reviews. Okay, he missed. Okay, this may still be. Okay, that's good. I should be past the barrels. During my practice yesterday, I actually died there, so that's not a good thing. The explosive barrels can one-shot her. We'll select Aya, shoot these barrels, and run away. And I'm skipping the cutscene. You got lucky there, because that cutscene is incredibly loud. For some reason, like, there's a few sound effects in this game that aren't sampled properly. Alright, it's all good. And we're leaving the prison and then escaping through the night. Which is incredibly annoying because, as you can see, like, it's a dark area, you can't even see the map. But we'll do our best to get through this. Generally, it's a game of following the lights, so it's not all horrible. And the route is always the same, of course. Anyway, you're captured and all that, and now you're escaping, and during this escape, Capel keeps complaining like, yeah, couldn't you just leave me in the prison because I don't want to be part of this resistance. It's too much effort. I really don't want to deal with this. But yeah, being dragged along and all. Other than that, like, yeah, Capel's just a flute player, so he can play currently one song. It will come more into play later during the run. But yeah, he's your typical, self-aware protagonist, and yeah, he has. It's sad that we're skipping cutscenes because the cutscenes are actually really bad, but also funny in that sense. And that seems to be a theme with games that I run. The cutscenes have to be bad. The game itself is pretty fun though. Anyway, we're nearing the end of the first section of this run, or this run, the escape run that is. Oh, I have to go this way. There, a cutscene will play out, and the hounds are being sent after us. So instead of following that light, we turn around immediately and just continue on, because otherwise you're sent on a bit of a goose chase. And I'm looking. There it is. This is just a bit that still requires a bit some focus, because yeah, it's annoying to see where you're going. But listening to such like this loud yell, howl from the hound basically indicates that you're in the right direction. And then the boss that we escaped from will be back. We're going to do our best to ignore him, but he will be charging at us, so I'm hoping he'll. Okay, I managed to avoid him. Good. Okay, avoided that. Unintentionally, I went a bit in the wrong direction still. No, okay. He's being really aggressive at the moment. And, okay, he didn't manage to knock me over. That at least saved some time. So that was escape. We're now in the camp with the resistance. They helped us out and killed the boss. So, as any person would do, like being happy that they were saved, we're stealing all their items. And this basically makes Capel a lot stronger than he should be at this point. So, took the items from Sigmund, which is the look-alike, basically, and the armor from Bogan. Sigmund is nice enough and gives us an emblazoned sword, which has the sigil of the king. And because he is, a look-alike, as you can see, he's running ahead there. Having the sword will give Capel a lot of benefits. But they're really blocking my way here. And from here, like, I can't attack, I can't do anything right now. So we're just running ahead with Aya. There is a bonus here. If you manage to get Aya to the village that we have to go without getting hit at all, you get some XP. That's not going to happen. I'm going to tell you that in advance. You'll see in the next section. Like, it is completely RNG. I managed to get it once by sheer luck. And yeah, okay, I got hit here anyway. Doesn't matter. It's too random to deal with, basically. But yeah, because of the last attack, which happened during the cutscene at the start, the opening cutscene, Aya did get wounded and poisoned, and she was about to be left to die by the resistance. And Capel was like, I'm not really part of the resistance, I can just bring her to whatever she needs to get healed. So, they allow Capel to do so. And this is why you likely will not reach the village without getting hit. These fireballs right now aren't so bad, but this will get so much worse the closer you get to the village, because The dragon Ceruleus will be shooting fireballs more and more straight because now it's just going down. And I'm trying to block it as much as possible by skimping along these walls, but it's random. Like, I'll likely get hit twice, 3 times maybe, and if he hits me, he'll likely combo me into it. So far so good, but yeah, here we are. There's not much to do about that. Now we'll see how much he will combo me. Oh, he does not. I didn't say anything. Luckily, it doesn't do much damage. But if you have a good time, like or a decent time, getting 2 hits is still okay. But after that, you would likely just reset at that point. I think the worst I've had was getting comboed 4 times in a row. Like you would get up and immediately get hit by a fireball, like, and you have no chance to react. So we're now dropping off Aya at the house of the priest, but the priest is still gone because he was protecting a shrine. And these little kids that joined us, Rika and Rucha, they are the son and daughter of the priest. They're also incredibly annoying, as you may hear. I forgot to turn on the subtitles, but it doesn't really matter. Subtitles mostly in the cutscenes. Right, so we're heading towards the shrine to try to save the priest, or try to look for the priest. And it's a pretty straightforward area, not much to say there, so if you want to get a few words in, Charlie, feel free.
Sure. So we do have a donation. We have a $5 donation from Anonymous saying, "Come on people, some more donations please." And I totally agree, because there's actually a bid war for this run, and you get to choose the final dungeon sacrifices. There's a big list of the people that you can pick, and at the moment it's all to play for, so get your donations in. It's all going to a great cause, to the mental health charity Mind.
Yeah, it's a great cause, so surely donate, and as mentioned, there's a donation incentive. The donation incentive, I had to keep it short, like word-wise, but in the final dungeon you can get to pick 3 parties, and we only care about the main party, so we're sending 2 people, or 2 party members, up the tower on their own, and they will have to fight bosses and everything by themselves. So if you want to send both Rico and Rucha up that tower and just watch them get clobbered by a boss on the other side of the screen, do so. Like, Rika and Rucha are good options to send up there. And yeah, Rico mentioned a moment ago, like, yeah, Rucha is a bit unsure, like, will the priest or will their father be okay? And Rico is getting a hard life lesson that being an important priest will not guarantee safety. Where's he still attacking? I think we're good, yeah, we're good. Alright, so we have a bat here and a snake, and those we actually need. It's a bit of an annoying section, because we have to use Penguin Parade from Rico on the bat. Rico has affinity with animals, so he can tame them. Let's see, there he is. And okay, come on, hit him. You can do it. Yeah, there we go. Those are pretty okay, actually. So we enable this cutscene, and then talk again, and the bat gets sacrificed to the door, to open up the door. And then we need the snake, and the snake, he did follow. Come on, Rico, can you hit him from here? Yeah. I've had horrible sections here where the snake just walked off again, and I would have to redo that a little bit. Oh, I accidentally started the menu. There we go. And we have a boss fight incoming. Rambert, and yeah, he killed their father, the priest, and he has influence over Ceruleus the dragon. I'm parrying the attacks of Rambert and then just going ham. And this was pretty good. He'll die. There we go. So Ceruleus is now free of the influence. He'll give us an Amalista, flute, and 2 new tunes for Capel to play. The flute is magically imbued because, yeah, Capel has to be useful in some way. And we get a song that this allows us to let some areas disappear or appear. So yeah, you get to mention like it's a good song to play it again, but we're only playing one note. Like you do have to play one singular note to make an invincible enemy or invincible chest or a wall to disappear. You need to play that one note, so you can't be overly quick in this. And from here we're just walking back to Nolan. Even though the priest is dead, the Amalista we got from Ceruleus will heal Aya. And from there, we can actually bring her back to the Resistance, basically. That's generally where the story is going at this point. Yeah, we're just going to run there. I'll do a quick shopping trip in between. And yeah, as you may have figured, like, the archer girl, she is called Aya, so for the occasion I had an Ayaya emote made in her form, which is really cheap at the minimum cost at the moment to unlock on my channel right now. I'll just post in chat the emote. So if you want a different Ayaya emote to spam, it's the easy one to get. Anyway, Aya is now back in the party and the kids are like, yeah, we kind of want to join this resistance thing. Where Capel is like, dude, you're kids, don't do this. And even the mother is like, oh yeah, they can fight for themselves, that's good. But Capel will go against this constantly. And that makes sense. I mean, you're not taking kids on a conquest to liberate chains from the moon. It's dangerous, don't do that. So yeah, that's a bit of the self-aware part in this. Let's see, we got 3 answers, 4 answers. I'll get 6, 7 sandstones instead. Normally we get 5, but it's a bit on the risky side. 15 sandstones and 8 corkwood. There we go. She'll offer you a side quest. I'm not going to do that. I'm busy. I'm doing a marathon run here. Get stuck in the door because why not? And we will continue on to Loose Plains, where we just came from, basically. But Ceruleus is back to normal. So, no big deal there. And because he's back to normal, he opened up a little side path that we can use to get to Casper Font. Sorry. So we're just going to do some running here. Yeah, don't be too concerned about mystery meat. We're not eating it. So there's some cobras here, some enemies here and there. We basically skip like any fight that we can. Most of our experience will come from situational bonuses, which I'll highlight it for a moment. Situational bonus is a bonus based on a situation, as it says, but on a fight, for instance, or on a section in the game, where if you do it fast enough or correct enough, like don't let person X take damage, that kind of things, you get a bonus. And the bonus can be either XP or some items or something alike. And in my case, like I want to go for some XP bonuses. Like there will be a situational bonus coming up right now. We're going to do a siege on Casper Font, and we need to break the door within 3 minutes, but it's reliant on catapults. So initially we can't do much, but situational bonus will bring us to level 5, assuming that we will kill enough of these shield bearers. So I'm going to kill all the servants that I can. I want to make sure that I get the final hit on them, and not an NPC. And in the meantime, I'll try to clear out any of the other enemies. But the ones with shield are the only ones that give XP in this section. So those have priority. Oh, he survived. No, don't run away. I hope I did get that kill, but there will be enough anyway. You want to get to level 5 in this case because it will give Capella a skill that we'll use for most of the game until the final shrine basically. So it's an important one. But until then, like, I'll just kill whatever comes my way. Make sure that there's not too many people or too many enemies running around. The normal enemies also can be killed in one hit, so it's not a big issue. It's just they're an annoyance. So we're waiting for another cutscene to happen. In that cutscene, there's this one. 2 ogres will spawn on the top floor. They'll start throwing rocks, which can damage, for instance, Rico and Rucha quite a bit. I actually had Rucha die here yesterday during a practice run, and that never happened to me before until yesterday. So luckily, I can't say that this time around. Okay, we should be getting pretty close to the section where we'll have the catapults spawn. There we go. The catapults have an issue that they'll of course be damaged by everything, but also by our own hits. Like, he just took a spell cost from one of my team members, and that will do quite a bit of damage. So I hope this catapult... the catapult died. Well, luckily there's another one coming, but that's not good. I'll just take my time for a moment to kill the servant. And then we'll go on to the next catapult. We should still be good on the situational bonus, but yeah. The catapult's taking rocks to them, 2 of them even. That's not good. That rock disappeared. I haven't had this bad a siege or this unlucky a siege in ever, so... But that's also the reason why I walk away. So if rocks are thrown at me or any kind of other damage is done, then it doesn't hit the catapult. But yeah, our own team members botching this isn't great. We still managed, so that's good. Get 3000 XP, and that takes us to level 5. Castle Prefund. This is an interesting section. Like, you have these trap tiles, and that will spawn gargoyles, which have crash fall, which does a ton of damage. And this first one, you know, no problem. Like, we'll just run past it. There will be 3 hallways with traps. The first one is visible, like it just has light on and whatnot. Easy to avoid. The second one is dark, but still relatively easy to avoid if you know where to walk. And then the third one actually has 2 sections where both tiles that you can walk on are trapped. So the best case scenario is that you would have an enemy walk on the trap, trigger it, and then you just walk on, basically. But this is the first section in which I think Aya will die here. Aya is following me. Yeah, no, Rika died. Okay, poor Rico. Aya just decided to walk in and trap herself. Why not? Generally, it's not so bad. I do want someone alive. Just for the final section, the final dark area where I have to move through the traps, because if for some reason like enemies and traps don't align and I do take a death there, then Rucha can still resurrect me. Otherwise, it's a game over right away. Luckily, I did create some safety saves, so we should be in the clear, at least to clear out the run, but there is a lot of RNG and risky spots in this run that can just go horribly wrong. But unlike CDI games, like, I can actually make safety saves proper, so I took full advantage of that. But assuming things go well, like this run should go well under estimate still. And the start is already pretty nice. Knock on wood. Right. We got some poisonous arrows thrown at us. I'm generally trying to walk sideways so that their arrows miss. And that we move to the section. I'll try to play a song. Okay, the first... Okay, here I still run into that trap. That was dumb. Okay, wait for it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we didn't die. Like, if you get hit by the trap and the enemies that are hitting you, like, it's easy for you to get to 1 health. Because of sacrificial doll, you'll still survive a little bit, but in the end, yeah, you'll die. I'll just trigger the cutscene, because now we're back with the rebels or the resistance. Depends what side you look at it. Like, they can be either rebels or resistance, you know. Okay, I'm going to skills, select Cutting Gambit, which is the skill that I wanted to unlock. You get that one at level 5. And that one will be used quite a bit. Apparently Sigmund, the resistance leader, went on ahead, so we're going to try to catch up with him. Which is actually pretty easy, because he's not that far ahead. And he's at the door there. He found a new team member, in this case, Savio. Savio is an old friend of his. He's an aristo, and that's a bit of a thing to explain here. In this world, if you're born under the light of a moon, you are blessed, basically. You can get a lunar glyph and magical powers and all that kind of stuff. But if you ascend that, you become an aristo. You basically lose all most human emotions and whatnot, but aristo are like the highborn. They're like the most important people on the planet, because they are properly blessed, basically, by the moon, or by the moon god, Pharos. But that also means that if it's cloudy, yeah, you're not blessed. So you become an unblessed, and that's like the lowest tier of humans on this world. And that's an issue for, obviously. I'm just waiting for Lester to do some attacks here and there, and I'm just having Edward connected for a reason that Edward can just keep attacking it, keep attacking Lester. It's generally not a dangerous fight. I just want to prevent not getting hit too much, so that I can, for instance, still get some hits going. Like right now, everyone got hit. Just trying to get some hits here and there. And now I'll swap back to not being connected. I'll force Aya to start helping out. There we go. Just try, you'll hear something like, please treat him a lot during this run. I want to do another attack there, but this will do fine. He should die soon. It's just annoying that he keeps running off. There we go, he's dead. And right now we were at a chain, and Sigmund is the only one that has the capability of cutting chains. So Sigmund will cut his chain and then collapse, because he's exhausted and generally not feeling too good anymore. So that's an issue, and he's the one that has to cut his chains. Yeah, Biscuit has had a walk beforehand and has had his food, so he's back to sleeping. I just made sure to have the camera on him, so that as a couch commentator he could actually be there. All right, I have to do a pretty long trek to the next city. So, Charlie, if you have anything to mention, go for it.
Yep. So just to remind everybody watching that we do have a donation incentive for this run. And if you donate towards that incentive, you are donating towards an incredible cause, and that is Mind. We're raising money for Mind, which is a nationwide organisation committed to preventing mental health issues and to supporting everyone who has dealt with mental health issues themselves or within their family. All of your donations will go to Mind. And also, we would like to thank ESA for supporting the event and for allowing us to stream on their channel. For information about their upcoming events and any changes due to COVID-19 outbreak, be sure to check out ESA.com. I mean, the event in October has been announced. It's been announced already that it's being cancelled. But if you want to find out when the next event is coming up and future dates, then certainly check out that website.
Yes, thank you. And that filled the time pretty nicely because we're almost at the city, as you can see here. And as you can see, like there's still 6 chains that we have to liberate. You'll generally see them in the distance, and you can just run towards them. But that's all based on story and whatnot. So first, Burgerstedt, because the chain that we just liberated was part of their jurisdiction, and they're all happy, so they're throwing a little party for our arrival. But we're not going to linger here too long. Like when I was casually playing this, I thought it was a big city and whatnot, but it's not. Okay, first we got Michelle. Michelle is quite interested in Sigmund, and she'll join our cause because yeah, she didn't like being left alone while Sigmund was going out on the fight. But it's convenient since she's a pretty good spellcaster. We'll use her a few times in the run. And what just happened, like Sigmund was getting a Lunar Rite. Lunar Rite will give someone a Lunar Signal, Lunar Glyph, and it will strengthen Lunar Glyphs. So to reinvigorate Sigmund, that rite was done on him. But that comes with a downside, because Sigmund can no longer cut chains. It seems like only Unblessed can cut chains. Luckily, Capel is an Unblessed. They don't know it yet, but he is. Alright, here I'm going to quickly set my connect skill of Michelle to high drop, and that will come in play in a little bit. We try to combine that with opening a door, because opening a door just takes ages, and you may as well sit down for it, you know? So, we're going to do another run, this time about halfway these planes, because a new opening appeared, or at least we can finally go there. And that is towards the Aurelian Dunes. The Aurelian Dunes is like a desert area, and the plan of the party is to go to Fayel. Fayel is another big city-state, and yeah, basically reigning over the desert area. So the plan is to get some support there from the Emir. And on the way there, yeah, we'll just run through the Aurelian Dunes, and it's noticed that the chain in that area is pretty close by, so we are going to liberate the town where the chain is first. And that will be our big first really big fight. Like you have 3 parties for that one, and it actually comes with a situation bonus that is really nice to get. Like, it's not mandatory, but you get like 5,000 XP or something. And that will bring Edward to a level where he gets his most used skill. So you can already set that skill to Edward. Otherwise, that will only be done in the disc 2. So, a bit further in the run. But yeah, this area... we're a bit underleveled for this, and Capel will let her know, like, we can't deal with this, please run. But luckily running is also the best thing to do for the speedrun, so we're just heading out there. Alright, and here we are joining this path. Like, it's really easy to just follow the tornado, and it is a nice landmark to go for. Like, if you look at the right, like I'm looking straight at it now, you see the top of the palace of Fayel. Like, there's these kind of landmarks going on. Alright, now we're heading towards Sopran, which is a city where the chain actually is located, and we'll liberate that. As you can see in the distance there, you see the chain in bigger form. Like, you actually have the feeling like it's close by. So we're almost there. It's nice, and then we have the big fight coming up. For that, I'll just swap my notes just in case. Like, I have to set up my party, but I generally have an idea of what the party has to be. So we will select Michelle and Rucha. Then we will add Edward, Rico and Belbagam to party B. That will destroy the crystals. And exterminate monsters are done by Savio and by Eugene. And as you could see there, like, Savio has a green color. And that means that he cannot be used in the main party. Likely because he's not fleshed out enough. This game was slightly rushed a bit at the end, so not all characters are completely fleshed out, and they're just secondary characters. Alright, so we are also just being attacked here. In the meantime, I am going to select Aya and hope I'm lucky here. Okay, come on, can I hit? Yeah, I can hit it. So there's 9 crystals here that you have to destroy. A few of them are on the floor. There are 3, and there are more than 9 crystals. There are 3 crystals that are up in the trees, and 3 that actually need Capel to open up a path or just make it visible. So that makes it a bit annoying, because the crystals that are up in the sky, like, you need to connect to Aya, and once Aya is being attacked, you get, or if you are being attacked, you get knocked out of the shooting animation. Like, you can't tank damage. So I have to hope that my party is doing their job. And this is still a bit of risk. I'll let my party deal with things here. I'll just kill this crystal first. May as well kill some of these enemies that go along here. I'm not happy about what that enemy is doing, and Aya is too far away. Please come back. Aya. I don't know where Aya went, but she's definitely not in range. I'll just destroy this one instead. There we go. Okay. First thing first, we have... She's stuck there. This is a bit of an annoying thing. I like to not make the bonus at the moment. We'll still try, of course, but the fact that there's privates here again, you know what, I'll do it a bit differently. I'll open up this path. Like, that's just also part of RNG that you have to deal with in this game. Wanting to destroy this crystal here. There we go. Preferably I want to leave this area. Aya is once again not joining me. So I'll just make this one visible. And we definitely will not make the bonus, but this is no big deal. Like, it's not mandatory. So we select Aya, go here, shoot this one, and be done. There we go. Yeah, we did not make the bonus, but all good. The bonus was the 5k XP, and it will bring Edward to level 11. Right, boss fight. Here we have to first just get rid of the order privates because they're just annoying. I just wanted to attack there. He's almost dead. And from here, we're going to select the boss and then try to swap between Rucha and Michelle and try to get them to help out. And will try to get a few hits in here and there. Just to get a bit more damage, but the issue is that they may just join me in standing close by at the boss. And another annoying thing here is that if you hit the barrier, you get. I managed to stun him. That's actually pretty good. Because that also gets everything to crit on him. But the fight itself has been going pretty okay so far. And he's dead. Alright, that's good. Alright, so we managed to beat the boss, and Sigmund tells Capel, like, yo, how about you try to cut this chain? And of course it works, because Capel being unblessed, but Sigmund knows a bit more already. And that is I think that will be revealed quite a bit later still. So yeah, we did level up quite a bit there as well. Like, we went from level 5 to level 9 just by doing these fights. That at least helps when doing an area under-leveled. And we're just starting to run. The amigos here, well, they're not my amigo, but they will use radial shot, which will quite likely not hit me, but even if it does, no big deal. So yeah, Sopron has been liberated, but there were no villagers to be found, so the worst was assumed already, like maybe they died or whatnot. But the villagers all fled, and they tried to get some, or they wanted to take refuge in Fael. However, being unblessed, Fael refused to take them in because yeah, they're basically shunned, and that's not good. But now that Sopron is safe, they can actually return. And the issue is, like, they will have to cross this desert again, and with the amount of monsters that are in this desert, that's not that great for them to do. So Capel will offer to help these villagers out. We just have to talk to the leader, and he just says, like, oh, we're from Sopron, so we're going back to Sigmund, and we're like, yeah, they're from Sopron. No one wants to help out except for Rico and Rucha, but we'll be helping these villagers get to town. So we now have an escort mission, and we all love escort missions. This one is absolutely horrible, though. I'll try to kill the amigo. Yeah, the amigo, when you hit it. The amigo, when you hit it, will have that dust around it, and that can actually stun you. Generally, you want to kill all the enemies before they even get close to the villagers, because if they get close to the villagers, they'll just stand around, panic, and yell help. But this is also a section that you should not fail. It has a situational bonus here in which all of the refugees will survive. And that situational bonus gives 7,500 XP, so that is actually really good. So we're just keeping an eye on the villagers, like they're just chilling there, walking incredibly slowly. And only the final section of this area is really dangerous. But we'll get to that when we'll get to that. It's mostly a when, because, yeah, come on, they're slow. I'll just use cutting gafford. It will close to one shot amigo. There we go. And here we also have to deal with the Garudas. The Garudas can also be a bit annoying. Like, they're not super dangerous, but they have the Wind Gust attack, in which they'll just swoop over. And if in the worst case, they'll swoop over all the villagers and just do a bit of damage. Like a fourth or fifth of damage or whatnot, something like that. There we go, Amigo's dead. Oh, and little fish got in the way. And because he's just standing there, the fish, everyone will stop walking. So it's a bit unfortunate, but we dealt with it. So we're just clearing out this area. Charlie, if you have anything to mention, just go ahead. There's not much going on.
Yep, absolutely. So you can consider using your free monthly Twitch Prime subscription right here on the ESA channel. You will get access to all the ESA emotes as well as several BSG emotes, and you get to support both of the events. And also, please stay updated with our events by following us on Twitter and Instagram under the handle BSG Marathon. Get a behind-the-scenes look of the event and stay up to date with the latest news on our marathon, events, and more. We are also in the process of uploading all of our VODs to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/BSG Marathon. Be sure to check it out and subscribe to find one new video per day in your feed.
Alright, excellent. I'm just going to play the flute here. It will take a while before these flutes just get through here. I can actually give a bit of a background information about the game, like slightly. This game is an JRPG made by Tri-Ace. It originally was released on the Xbox 360, but with the last iteration of backwards compatibility, it became available for the Xbox One. I'm playing it on the Xbox One myself. This game was also one of the first JRPGs I actually got myself for Xbox 360. And when I was looking at it, like, the reviews weren't that great. Like, they were mostly whining, telling like, yeah, Capel, the protagonist, is incredibly whiny and annoying, and well, I mean, he is, but with reason. And yeah, the cutscenes are bad, and they actually are. I'll start clearing out this area. There are lumper mages here. Those are actually dangerous. These can three-shot a villager. So I'm just going around killing all the lumper mages that I can see, or that can be a danger, and I'll let the rest of my team just deal with the rest. I believe in them. This mage is so easy to forget, because he will be behind the tune. Then he'll just power up himself and just start three-shotting the villagers. But for now, like, we're just clearing out. But yeah, the cutscenes here, there are a gem, and just a general voice acting is special. Because it's a Japanese game, like, this is most likely better when you actually played it in Japanese. But the Japanese version is also completely in Japanese, so it makes things a bit more annoying when it comes to getting items, because yeah, you'd have to know Japanese in that sense. So just Japanese voice isn't an option here. But you'll get cutscenes in which you'll hear someone say a dialogue, the character is just standing there and then suddenly starts talking. It just doesn't make much sense. But I mean, if you can get through that, basically, then it's not a bad game, and it's not taking itself completely seriously either, especially Capel and some of the comments that are being made. Anyway, the escort mission is almost done, and this little kid here, he did not get hit, so he didn't run away, but for story reasons he did run away, so deal with that. So we get a situational bonus. All the unblessed have been delivered safely, get 7,500 XP, which is excellent. So we have to talk to this Soval man twice. And he'll let us know where the kid went. Same with this disheartened woman. Oh, I did not want to talk to Aya there. I want to talk to Faye now. So it is now known whereabouts he went. So we're going to do our best to save him. And to do so, we have to fight an Norbear and some snakes. Okay, managed to stun him. That's good. Lift him up in the air. And this is going to be a pretty decent fight. There we go. We just let Leif, the kid, tank these snakes. He'll do fine. He can deal with it. He can take quite a few hits. Like the fight really has to go bad to Phil. There's also a nice thing. Like if Leif dies, or all villagers die, it's completely game over. Like you're done. And we're not out of foods now, because Leif is getting captured. So we're selecting Aya. Hit the Garuda. If you fail that quick time, it's a bit of a quick time event. If you fail it, game over. Right there. So yeah, that's not game over. Gaming over is bad. We have to enter Vena's house. You get a cutscene in which she promises to do anything for Leif, for Capel. And yeah, take it how you want, because yeah, that is a thing. The village elder did also notice, like, hey, Capel is an unblessed, and he did want to help out, so he just taught Capel how to use enchants. And enchants is basically one of the main reasons why the speedrun is as fast as it is, because it will allow us to imbue weapons with elements, or give attack buffs, and all that kind of stuff. So now that all the villagers are safe, we are heading back to Fael, because we did promise after rescuing the villagers to return. And we're up to the next silly part of the game. Like, we're heading to Fael, and when we're close to Fael, Aya is like, we're tired, we're setting up camp. You're literally 30 seconds away from walking to Fael. Why? So yeah, we're going to do some heroic stuff there. As you can see there, Fael's in distance. I'm just going to scroll a bit through my notes. Like, I don't need the notes that much anymore, but may as well have them set up. For instance, I did write down some notes, like where to collect the firewood, because that's our next task. Right, we're just going to walk down here, collect one here, and there's 8 pieces that you have to collect for this section, and some of them are hidden in the sand there. Luckily, it's pretty obvious where they are. And just for adding a little bit of risk, like it's not super risky, I'm going to skip this one. That glowing thing that I just bypassed is a miraculous medicine, which is like the Phoenix Down of the game. This firewood is annoying because it's right next to a fruit plant that you can pluck. Let's get this firewood. Get the one on top of the dune, and then the last one is behind Aya, but since Aya is also the final trigger of this little event, we're letting that one be the last. So get this firewood here and talk to her. Yeah, that was quick. Good. Reorganize party. I don't know why it's even an option, because you only have 4 party members to your at the ready for yourself. Yeah, the comparison that Butts made, it's pretty accurate. But it's not a bad game. It's pretty enjoyable to play, but there's just quite a bit of RNG in there. Speedrun is actually pretty fun. I'm having fun with it. And this is the first time that I'm actually doing an RPG speedrun myself. I did want to get into them before, but given that I work and whatnot, it's difficult to get the time in. So I've mostly been practicing this segmented, and until a few days ago, my estimate was still correct, but then I noticed like, oh yeah, I can finish this game about half an hour quicker than estimate. So yeah, there's that thing. Things can so go really wrong, but it may also still be a PB. So I guess that's a bit of the downside of running an RPG. Right. Anyway, a lot of cutscenes just happened, in which was revealed that Aya is actually the daughter of the Emir, so she's the princess of Fael. And she has a pet, and her caretaker just ran out and yelled, oh no, my Aya's pet is gone, please help. So we just talked to the aspiring kid there, and then back to Gina, because the kid did see the pet. And something that Capel didn't realize is that the pet is a big bear. So we're setting up a party. Before I forgot to do so, we're going to equip the items that we just bought. So the Claymore to Edward. Sigmund is finally rid of his short sword and gets a Falchion. And Belbegan is getting the broad axe. Then we go to skills. We go Edward, setting this one to none. Normally he would have had Twin Stream there. Grimflash is an incredibly strong skill there. Doing this here as well, just setting this one to none, and if we have Grimflash, it's already there. Okay. All set. I'm not sure why I set that one to none actually. It may not be a big issue. It's mostly if you chain with someone. Accidentally went for a cutscene skip, but she was not necessary there. Okay, so I do want to connect to Sigmund. Here, come Sigmund. Right. And we're heading towards Gustav. Gustav is Aya's pet, and we're going to rescue him. And Gustav is also the bear that will just completely carry this run. Okay, he's dead. Get situation mode. This one was not necessary. Like, it actually wastes a bit more time than it actually gains. So anyway, Gustav has been saved, and Gustav will be joining our party in a moment. That's the moment where things will speed up a bit, because Gustav he'll take up the space for 2 party members. I'll actually continue on here. Oh. Did split a bit early there. I'm just splitting for my own sake at this moment, and for the host schedulers and everyone that's on shift at the moment on duty. Even though I'm scheduled on duty, but just to have a general idea like where I'm standing in the room. Alright, we select Gustav, and he has a skill, Explosive Right. And Explosive Right is like mounting him, and yeah, you go a lot faster. Downside is, it's a skill, a battle skill. Hitting anything, like an enemy, a bit of geometry, it will kick you off Gustav. We do want to hit this particular Umber Mage, and then we want to use Gustav to open this chest. There we go, we managed. Yeah, try to avoid the rocks. Something can go incredibly wrong there, and that's because it's a wooden chest. That chest can actually be destroyed. And I've had it once during one of my earlier runs that either Gustav or one of the little lumber creatures here destroyed the chest, and 20,000 full, the chill of this run basically, was gone. And that's a ton of money, especially for this early in the run. Because I am going to have to do a bit of shopping here. Okay, so just let me know how can I help. Yeah, thank you. I'm really good on red berry potions. I didn't need that many. So far this run has been going pretty good actually. So get 28 of these. I'll get 15 holy waters. Add 5 paragons just in case already. Same with 5 eye drops in case you get blinded, and I'll just add quite a few miraculous medicine and we should be good. So onward to Vesprum Tower. Just avoid these rocks. They're a bit trolly, but the first pattern is always set, so it's pretty avoidable. And Vespertine Tower is like a 5-floor tower, basically. You can see like it's one of the bigger chains in the game, and that's also where the party was at start, like where the starting cutscene happened and where they lost. So I really tried to liberate the land of that chain. Okay, so Vespertine Tower. I am... Yeah, I'm saving. I don't have to save, but it's a marathon run. Things can go incredibly wrong, and you'll see why. Like that save that I'm not just going over at the moment. That was the in-game PB for me last night. So in-game is luckily... Oh, no. Don't do this. Don't do this. Okay, we're adding Michelle, Bubblegum. Then here we're adding Gustav and Dominica, and Edward will just go on by himself. He'll be fine. He can do it. He deal with it. So I have to clear out. Yeah, just run away. Why not? Clear out this first room. Like Grim Velocity is just so useful here. It does a ton of damage. Once it does a 1 or 2 shot on most enemies here. To unlock the door. And Edward is currently playing around on the other side, but we're just moving on, basically. Doing a long run towards a pedestal, and while we're doing that run, we're pulling everything, like all enemies. We're not going to fight them at all. I'm not going to waste that time. So You'll be hearing this. Did someone please treat them? Would you treat them? That all that kind of stuff. You'll hear that a lot, and that is just to keep the party alive. And myself alive, obviously. Okay, so everything is crit at the moment, which is not good. I almost got hit by a spell. We just activated this pedestal, and noticed that we need an orb for this to place on it. So we're running back because we didn't see an orb yet, and then there was like a pigeon that lets us know that Edward actually found an orb. Alright, everyone's staying alive pretty okay at the moment. So Edward has the orb, we're running there, and you'll see him already with his sword sticking out of the fence there. This can't be convenient. Alright, let's just heal up a bit here. There we go. For some reason, enemies don't pass through that door. So it gives you a bit of a breather. But this tower is a bit filled with some puzzles, some fights, but it's not hopefully not horrible. There's 2 fights that are risky in this one. In this area. Okay, Michelle will die most likely, unless she can heal herself here. I'm just spamming it. No, Michelle died. Okay, she'll likely get resurrected by Sigmund in this case. Oh, Bubblegum got stunned. Bubblegum will die. Yeah. That's also why you just buy some extra miraculous. People die. It's a thing. Would you treat them, please? I'll actually give them a moment to heal up there. There we go. Okay, I didn't save there, but in a worst case, I do have a save for that particular spot. Let's see. This area is not so bad still. We have a puzzle coming up here. We have to swap this one, swap this mirror, then select this, connect to Sigmund, and we'll end up at a fight. And as before, like, we're just going to do our best to stun these. Oh, I got stunned. I'll likely die. Okay, the Fire Gigas is dead at least. I survived. I did lose my sacrificial doll here, but it's not a big deal. But yeah, they're a bit annoying sometimes with just healing. I mean, I'm being pretty loud here. Like, please treat them. Michelle still didn't get treatment here. She's dying. Okay, I will actually do a safety save here, because we're going to the 3rd floor, and that actually has a few risky fights. The first one will be a shadow fight. And the shadow fight basically has your own party with exact similar stats, similar weapons, everything. Except Sigmund is a bit higher level and has his stronger skill as well. So you want to kill everyone in that fight immediately. You know what? I'm leaving Aya hanging there. She'll not forget it, but she's offering some help there. And with that help means that she'll give us some blackberry, 2 blackberry potions and 2 red berry potions or something like that. But it's not necessary, so I'm going to ignore her. Here we do want to kill the Order Warriors. The Order Warriors, they will actually be able to join the fight in a moment, and you don't really want that. But I think we're pretty good now. Just have Michelle do that healing. Yeah, there we go. And on to the shadow fight. This can go incredibly wrong. It can go incredibly well. We'll find out. No. This is a bad start. Okay, this is a decent start, so. Okay, we just have Shadow Bubblegum alive. He's not the most dangerous, so. This actually went pretty decently for a fight in which I started the fight with accidentally starting the fight with accidentally going into the menu. So I'm okay with this. This was pretty good. So we're setting up these mirrors, opening both doors, and then we will head to the door we opened for the first time. We get an orb there, and that orb is necessary for the other side, for the other party, and they will exchange for an orb that we need. So all really convenient. But that was one of the more dangerous parts of this section done, so that's I'm happy about that. That's good. There's still going to be some interesting parts here. Yeah, okay. Oh, it's there. Okay, onwards. We're heading up another balcony, and that balcony has a lot of hounds. In this balcony we have to open 2 chests. The chests have fragments of an orb. But we'll try to do our best not to fight anything right here. The plan is, assuming things go correctly, I will be able to get the second fragment, and from there we'll just enter the next forced fight. And with that forced fight, like, all of our... Michelle died. All of our characters will be forced in that area, so... Come on. There we go. Yeah, got it. Come on. Look after the injured. Come on. Everyone will be forced in this room, but that also means that all the enemies that we're just bypassing will come there as well. But it will be an enclosed space, so we can just take care of everything right here. So, oh, let's have Sigmund do a lot. I actually do have to wield my weapon, because otherwise that works out. I've had that happen and waste a ton of time in another section of the game where my sword wasn't up, so My team members weren't attacking at all. But so far, I mean, this is a bit of an auto-scroller, so it's not a big deal. I'm just trying to kill everything, all the order fighters. I did not pay attention there. That was bad. We'll just reload. I was too busy explaining everything. Did not pay attention to my health. Luckily we didn't lose too much time there. And that's also why I made that save. Though this is not a section that I normally die on, so unfortunate. They did not treat them. I'll still ignore Aya. This is a point of pride now. So we're going to redo this section a bit. So Charlie, if you want to mention anything, just go for it.
Yep. So I'd just like to mention that once again that there is a donation incentive for this run, which will be up, I believe, in about an hour and a half, maybe a bit earlier. So please get your donations in for choosing the final dungeon sacrifices, and your donations will go to an excellent cause, which is Mind. And Mind does a lot of things surrounding the issue of mental health, and they've provided us with some information. In every region of the world, mental disorders surpass 10% of the population. Governments seem to lack momentum in reducing the burden of mental health problems, as only 55% have mental health awareness and only 8% have suicide prevention plans. Organisations like Mind help raise awareness to the issue, helping us get one step closer to a world where everyone gets the help they need. So please get your donations in, and you can put it towards some great incentives.
All right. Yeah, it's good to get some donations in here. Please die, Shadow Segments. There we go. Okay. Shadow Fight's done again. Like this, the Shadow Fight is generally the part that is most scary, so dying in that other section was a bit of a surprise. So back to these puzzles. For as much as you can call them puzzles, that is. Let's see, this one and this one. Yep, that's all. Grabbing the orb again. But in general, like, that game over is still perfectly fine. I'm still well below estimate, so no risk there. Alright, so got the Orb of Patience again. Handing over the Orb of Order. We will go in this direction, and we're going to move on. So once again, let's get the final bits of the fragments of the other orb, the last orb that we need. Hopefully they'll keep themselves alive this time. I mean, it's not for lack of spamming the Y button to have them heal up, so. Generally, if I die, it's not a huge issue, because at the moment I have 3 party members that can actually use items. But later in the run, when I'm using Gustav, it's a lot more risky, because Gustav can't use items. Okay, that managed to get this. Good. Come on. Just help them. Treat them. You can do it. Make sure to have a sword when sheated. There we go. Alright. There we go. Just killing the dire. The dire wolves are the ones that kill us, though. So I'm going to do my best to kill those first. I was a bit lax last time around, because this normally doesn't go wrong. So now we are in the safe part of this
Think
auto-scroller.
you can run from us?
So we're just going to use Green Velocity there. It's pretty easy, everything will die. There will sometimes be loud sound effects, this one as well. See?
No reprieve.
Like, they didn't balance out the audio that greatly, so there are a few sections where the audio is a lot more loud than it should be. Right, got past this. Edward is now upstairs and he will unlock the door. In the meantime, we will help the injured. Let's see if we can get this. Yeah. It's a bit of an annoying position to get the AoE attack to hit everything. It doesn't look that bad, but it's a bit annoying. Right, here we'll actually just rest up. Make sure that we have enough mana on... I didn't need to do save, but I may as well. This way we have enough mana on Sigmund, so that's good. Because Sigmund will be used quite a bit, and there will be a boss fight on the 5th floor. Well, multiple boss fights, but one in which we actually do really need it. This section is mostly puzzles, so I'm just going to make sure that my weapon is unsheathed, so they'll start attacking. Just keep them fighting for a bit. Sadly, I cannot use turn these with my weapon unsheathed, so there we go. That's the first of the doors. Now we turn this mirror and this mirror, and we'll go for the final door. Is she still alive, the caster? Yes, she is. Never mind that. Oh, I'm dumb. I forgot to turn this mirror. Have to reset, redo the other two now. Okay, the mage is the witch is following us. Make sure that there we go. She's dead. No more problem there. Okay, unlocking the final door. Okay, so I'm going to take a small risk here. May as well. There will be another section in which we'll get up on the balcony, and there will be a bit of an auto-scroller section in which we are just waiting anyway. Would you treat them? Yeah, thank you. We have to wait anyway. There's a chance that I will get out of combat during this, which means I can craft the item, the orb that we need while we're waiting here, basically. So we're just killing this gargoyle, and all good, all good. Now, upstairs, Aya, Dominica, and Gustav will be passing by, and they'll try killing everything. Sadly, I am not able to enter the item menu just yet, so I still have aggro somewhere. That is something that can just happen, so it doesn't lose time, but it will gain time, basically. Oh. If that one dies, yeah, then I should be good. You know what, I'll actually kill these warriors first. They can interrupt it, I don't want that. Taking it a bit safe here. Alright, okay, there we go. Now, we'll select creation items, Upper Rebirth. And just notice that my couch commentary went from couch commentary to floor commentary. But whatever works for him, you know. Alright, so we are going to head through all this, take that hit. It's fine. And we have to give the recovered orb to Aya. She'll unlock the door for us. Come on, treat me. There you go. It's going to be a recurring theme though, please treat them. Alright. We have to deal with these mages. A bit annoying to hit both of these. Okay. Come on. You do need to do it with an AoE. It's a really annoying position to be in. Like, this, yeah, that works. Sometimes you just get it in one go and everything is fine. Sometimes this happens. Alright. On to the final floor. And for this I definitely saved safe because it's the final save that I can do before we're at the end of this one. Alright, go on, yep. So, here I do want to kill a few of these enemies because they can get incredibly in the way and I don't want that. There we go. We have the two mages at the far end. Alright, and now I'm going to have to dash between these orbs to make it in time. There we go. I want segment again. We unlock the door and with that we'll get to a boss fight. Again with two hounds, so I'm waiting for those hounds to use their corkscrew and then grin velocity them. Sadly, that stunned Sigmund. I'll select Sigmund again and start wailing on Kron. It has been quite unlucky that Sigmund has been getting stunned this often, but yeah, here we are. Could you help out? Could you help out? Could you help out? Please help out. There we go. Kron is dead. That was still within the minute, so we got a situational bonus there. But yeah, some blueberry powder. The blueberry powder is like a potion on everyone, a high potion on everyone, so it's not bad. It's pretty decent to have. Okay. Now we're on to the final two fights, and I'm going to use enchanting for the first time. Go to Earth Attack on Capel and on Balbagan. I'll make sure to heal everyone, because yeah, someone has to do it. There we go. It's good. Okay, that one succeeded. Great. So now we need it on Balbagan as well. And this is because the boss that we're going to fight is weak against Earth, so it will actually do quite a bit of damage to hit him with Earth enchanted attacks. Okay, both of them got it. That is excellent. The enchants can fail, so it could have been that I had to redo it. Or redo the enchant. Okay. So, we got through the section. We're now back to the singular party. And first things first here, we're going to deal with 4 archers. I want them out of the way as quickly as possible. Because they're incredibly annoying, like, they'll just get in the way. And the fight itself that we're dealing with is already annoying enough as it is. Oh yeah, sure, we're annoying. I'm in incredible danger here because the big boss is there as well, the Drive Knight Leonid. He's the big bad of the game, basically. Wait, is Dimitri trolling me and on the other side? I think so. Help the injured. Please treat them. Come on. Help the injured. There's the final archer. There we go. Okay. Now, Dimitri is a big troll. He'll teleport a lot. So I have no idea where he's going at times. Okay, he went there. As you can see, like, a hit of mine is like 1k damage right now. It's a ton. So you just want to get as much of this in. His backup is coming, so that means he's getting close to dying. Okay, Dimitri's dead. That's good. So now we get the only unskippable cutscene of the game, so it gives you a bit of an idea how the cutscenes are. Have fun. So yeah, that happened. And now we're just going to help out with beating up Leonid. He'll die pretty quickly because everyone is wailing on him. I may still take a death, like, it's no big deal. And that was Leonid. And with that, the end of this one. We got Sigmund's Pendant, and that's... I'm not saving. I will get to that. We got Sigmund's Pendant, and that has a reason, because as you can see, Capelle is now dressed like Sigmund. During that final fight, Sigmund ordered Capelle to cut the chain, because Leonid just fainted. Capelle was a bit on the slow side, allowing Leonid to get up and charge a pretty strong attack, one that we have to deal with in later fights with Leonid. And Sigmund sacrificed himself to save Capelle. And that's also because Capelle is able to cut chains. But in the whole section beforehand, there have been some emotional cutscenes between Sigmund and a confused Capelle, as usual. But it's because Sigmund already realized that Capelle was actually Sigmund's son. And that sounds weird because, yeah, they look alike. There's a whole story behind that. I'll get to that later during this run. Right now, because, yeah, Sigmund is dead and everyone is upset, we're just visiting everyone to see, like, how they are dealing with it and whatnot. Like, some people are just sleeping and able to give the spot. And we're just trying to get a feel of who will still join us on the journey to liberate the land. As noticed earlier, Belbukan already left. He had a promise made to Sigmund, not to Capelle. So he's like, yeah, you know what, I'm out. So if you want to punish Belbukan, you can send him up the tower by donating some money towards Belbukan. He'll have to deal with bosses and everything alone. And I will be watching him for a moment. I'll waste a bit of time to watch them try to fight the boss on their own. Or if you want to send the kids up on their own, also fine. So, I was the last one. We get some new music to play. We'll find out that actually everyone is going to join us, but we only care about Gustav. Gustav is our friend, and Gustav will carry us. Okay, so again, the main thing that you don't want to do here is run into an enemy. And an enemy may be this bird that I ran into yesterday while practicing, or while doing a final practice run of this. We're just running onwards. We're going to Port Sala because we want to move on to Colton, the next continent basically. But there's also still one chain to liberate. And that one is close to Port Sala. So that's pretty convenient. Run past the tornado. The tornado actually has a hitbox. I found out yesterday because of the issues that I had with running into a bird. And here we are at Porsala. We'll already be close to a boss, and the reason why I did not save is because saving seems to completely ruin the RNG that controls the gimmick of this boss. There's also a bit of an issue when you have a safety save or a practice save. Like I had a practice save made in this the inn that we just walked past now. The issue there is that the next boss has a gimmick, like it summons a tsunami. And if you have a save done beforehand, the tsunami will always appear before your first chain of hitting the orb, basically, to break the chain. Let's see, I'm going to restock here. See, that's good. Add this to about 50. And then add quite a few of these, because why not? There we go, that's all fine. Yeah, so he has the tsunami gimmick, and there is an XP bonus, situational bonus, that only triggers if you don't get hit by the tsunami, like the tsunami doesn't hit the shore. If the tsunami already hits after your first cycle on the orb, you can never get that bonus. And this has been my best attempt at not getting that RNG to be so bad. It may still happen, like it's still RNG, but it is a lot more likely that I will be able to cut the chain before the tsunami hits this way. So we're now heading towards the boss area, and before there's a little area before that in which I can still do some enchanting, which I'll make good use of. So we'll enchant. We add Earth Attack to Gustav, and in that time we're going to equip Gustav with Wolf Claws. I'm just going to swap back already to Edward. He'll also get Earth Attack. Then I'll fix my attacks. Let's see, Skill Battle. This one becomes none, and Infernal Breath turns into Grizzly Swing. This will turn into Twin Stream and connect also Grizzly Swing and Twin Stream. Oh, there we go. Okay, so Grizzly Swing is the thing that will carry this run. On the next boss, it will do 10k damage. Just like that. I'll just do a hit here as well. Where's Gustav? Do your thing. There we go. Come on. Ah! Okay. Fair on it. It's a bit on the slow side. I may still make it, but... Gustav will want to get the boss down as much as possible. Okay, that's the first cycle. Oh no, the tsunami will hit already. So I will not get the XP bonus. It's a shame. And it was pretty close. Like the tsunami just hit, but Nichilan here is almost dead as well. I'll just help out. There we go. That's Nichilan. Now I can break the chain. This bonus was not necessary. Like, it is incredibly nice to have. It will give Capel access to his strongest skill a bit earlier in the final dungeon, but you know what? Fine, we survived. I think if I was a bit quicker on the orb in the first round, I may have been able to get it, but this was a really tight window anyway. So we head towards the inn, and Edward is currently being angry and upset because Capel is somewhat the hero now. Like, he's the only one that can cut the chains. They are reliant on Capel. And yeah, Edward's ego is a bit big. He does not like this. So anyway, we have to head towards the dock where Edward is brooding. We can teleport back to the inn. There's another cutscene and a ship will appear. That's the ship that will take us to Colton, which is on the next continent, and as the name suggests, it's cold. So I'll just move this on a bit. Yeah, that's all good. Have a sip of a drink. Yeah, this game was on the Xbox 360 only, and it did become backwards compatible with the Xbox One. So I'm playing it on the Xbox One at the moment, mostly because the controller just works better for me. Okay, here we have a firmer form. I'm reliant on my party right now. My party has to kill the firm form. I'll just heal myself actually. I'm not going to take the risk. Like, I have to just wait out here, like... Okay, he's dead. I can't influence this. The only thing I can do is make the firm form visible. And that's part of the unblessed section, like, because Capel's unblessed, he cannot attack these enemies. We're in the inn. Edward just collapsed, because besides him being angry, there's also lunar rain in this continent. Lunar rain is just generally seen as a blessing from the moon, like, oh, it makes you feel good or whatnot. But because the chains are pulling the moon closer and closer, it starts happening more often, and people are being imbued and overfilled with lunar energy caused by the lunar rain, and turning into firm forms if they just don't outright die to start with. So yeah, we're going to investigate this because Edward collapsed and we want to find out the reason, and we are being sent to Helgita for that. This area, if you play this game casually, this area may cause you some trauma. This is absolute hell. It's a maze. There's random mists in this, or not random. There's mist in this maze that will teleport you to a different part of the maze. So you just have to know where to go to get through it. And yeah, as you can see on the minimap, like, there's a lot of little edges on this. So running through this with Gustav, it saves a ton of time, but it's difficult. And there's a chance that I'll just get knocked off Gustav back just because I just run into a little bit of terrain. And that would be the best case. Like, I may also bump into a lizard at one point and get comboed into Noxious Breath, die, and because Gustav can't use items, that's a game over straight away. So in the case that happens, I'm resetting the game as a whole, because I'm not going to wait for the game over screen until Gustav either dies or it times out. Basically, it's not worth it. Oh, was a bit too trigger happy on the select button. Select button skips cutscenes, but it also opens the menu. Anyway, we're in Helgita. We're going to go to the Queen, Queen Svala. And Queen Svala actually raised Sigmund, so she'll notice immediately that Capel isn't Sigmund. But for her, that doesn't really matter. I mean, she has some skills to look into people's hearts and whatnot, and Capel's heart is still in the right place, all that sappy stuff. Alright, second Gustav again. I will save the save here, just in case. I'll have to do a run towards the boss, and I have gotten comboed to death here at one point, so if that would happen for some reason, I want to lose as little time as possible. So open door. We're just going outside and we'll put enchant water on Gustav, because Gustav can 3-shot the boss that's coming up. Like, it's ridiculous. Gustav is so incredibly strong. But yeah, as a downside, he can't use items, and he takes up 2 slots in your party. Okay, water attack here. Gustav, there we go. I'm going to heal up. There we go. Blackberry potion. Make sure Gustav is full up. And we're all good. Okay, excellent. Mount up Gustav. Take a quick look at where our friends are. There they are. I'm risking it. Okay, got past it. These can be at a really annoying location and basically block your path. So that is what happened to me before, and I did not have a good time there. In this case, like I just ran into a little bit of terrain there, and that caused me to get bumped off Gustav. Generally, it's not a good idea to mount again, but I think in this case I can do it because the lizards don't follow me too far, so I'll do most of the rest of the run on Gustav's back anyway. Unless I get knocked off again. That was in the way. You know what? I'll just run. Fine. Then I won't ride Gustav. It's not that far, so it does save some time. But if enemies have a bit of an annoying pattern, those things can happen. Especially the next 3 bees here. As you can see, like they'll come at you, and I managed to avoid them once, but generally you'll get thrown off Gustav right here. These are also a bit on annoying location. Okay, boss fight.
Can't win. Let's run.
Start off by running to the side.
Come on. You know what to do.
Mostly so that his charge does not knock me away.
You know what to do. You know what to do. You know what to do.
And this is good.
Come on. You know what to do. Come on. You know what to do.
And he's dead.
Thanks.
That's all. That's the whole fight. It's ridiculous.
Totally outmatched.
But yeah, we're incredibly underleveled still. As you can hear as well, like, we're totally unmatched. Like, we can four-shot a boss here, but we're still underleveled for the area that we're in. I'm not that happy about his health situation though. Like, I will heal him up before our run back, so... Now we actually have to deal with the mist. And I'll just make sure that I'm going the right direction. Yeah. Because if you get thrown in a mist that you didn't expect, you'll be completely lost. There's a map for it, but even with a map, it's still confusing. Incredibly confusing. Anyway, Queen Svala sent us to meet up with someone who researched the lunar rain. I mean, I'm not going to call it the other word, like, there's a really obvious word for this, but I'll leave that one to you guys to fill in for yourself, how you want to call this rain. Here is the person that researches, Giria. He'll join us as well. Mostly because, yeah, Edward is in a pretty bad state at the moment. I'll just heal up completely already. Then I don't have to do that later.
Ready to go?
Explosive right. And we're trying to get back to Colton in one go, mounted on Gustav. So we have to backtrack where we just came from. While backtracking, Charlie, if you want to mention anything, go for it.
Sure. So just to remind everybody at home, we are the Benelux Speedrunner Gathering. We organise bi-monthly gatherings in the Benelux region for speedrunners. Due to the situation surrounding COVID-19, we're currently doing our extended BSG online event instead of our week-long annual, with streamers from both the Benelux region and the rest of the world bringing you entertainment during the lockdown. And if you want to add even more entertainment to this particular run, we do have a donation incentive, which is closing in, I believe, about an hour. And
Yeah,
it's
that
all,
works.
yeah, and it's all wide open. So, you know, you can, there's nobody way in the lead. Like, you can vote for whoever you want and have an impact. So get those donations coming in.
Yeah, again, we'll be sending two party members in their own party up the tower with the final boss fights, like the boss rush and all that kind of stuff. They'll have to deal with bosses and everything alone. So it's just funny to watch them standing face to face with the boss alone, being all positive, like, yeah, we're going to do this, and then they get smacked in the head by the boss. And, yeah, it's just funny. They'll also mention a few things here and there during the ascent. So, all right, I'm almost at Colton. I didn't get thrown off Gustav yet. This tree has an annoying hitbox, as you can see in the map, and you have to bypass that way, otherwise you run into the lizards there. So now that we already have Gustav at full health and full mana, we don't have to do that here. That helps. And we're going to heal up Edward. If you have headphones on, please turn them down now. I'm not kidding. Turn them down. Okay, we add Gustav to the party. And it's mostly for the next section, in which... Come on. Edward, where are you? There you go. He's going to be a Kool-Aid man, so be careful. Okay, you can turn back up. Where is he? Where is he? Come on, get close. Okay, he's visible. Good. Okay, I'm getting healed there. Yeah. Come, Gustav, do your thing. Do your thing. I believe in you. Of course, he went invisible. There we go. Let's fight. 20k XP for that. That's pretty decent. Okay. Onward. And yeah. Oh. Thinking what to do here. Yeah, this first bit I can still go for it. Alright. Opening this door and then removing Aya from our party. And that is just to make sure that we can use Gustav again to run to Helgita. Because Gustav has another quirk with his mounting skill. And that is if you mount Gustav and you have more party members, yeah, one more in this case. If that party member gets hit, you'll dismount Gustav. Like, and as well with the same animation, like you get thrown off him. I mean, it shouldn't matter to Gustav that I would get hit like somewhere during this run, but it does. It hurts him emotionally, I guess. So, which makes sense actually, because Gustav is Aya's pet. You know, it could be any person, any team member. Like, if Rico or Rucho would get hit, like, who cares? So we're just doing this run again, dashing through everything without running into terrain, hopefully. Without annoying trolley bees. There we go, all good. And through this section, like that's also a pretty tight thing to maneuver through with Gustav, because yeah, he's a bit of a tank. I was cutting it incredibly close to the corner there as well. Okay, past this, through lizards. And we're basically wanting to warn Helgita now, but the Order of Chains beat us to it. And they're attacking Helgita. In the casual playthrough, you'd be like, oh my god, they're attacking, we must help them, but there's a time limit. Yeah, we just care about the time limit. We're not going to help them out. I can get trolled here, mostly by the Gigas. There are a few Gigas during this run towards the Queen that can basically jump on top of you and knock you away, which may result in a bit of a small stun lock and taking quite a bit of damage. And again, we only have Gustav. Gustav can't use items. I'll have to heal myself in that case, if I don't want to take the risks. But we're so far so good. I'm just thinking the next section will be fine without a save yet. Okay, that's Gigas just did his ground pound, so he won't do it yet. Meaning I can bypass him quite easily. Sadly, the elevator was no longer working, by the way. That's why I'm running the long way. But it's the same with fire hazard, you know. Like, don't enter the elevator when there's fire going on. It's generally not a good plan. Like, I haven't seen many fires here, but with an attack being done on the entire capital, like, may not be the best idea either. So yeah, we're close to Queen's Fall now. There's actually firm forms here as well. Obviously, I can't attack it. I'm not going to bother attacking them. And yes, Queen Svala. There we go. Situational bonus. It doesn't really matter. And from here on, we have two more party members, Tomachi and Toma and Komachi. They'll be quite useful because, as you notice, like, I'm currently level 20, and I'll be adding Komachi to the party because I actually need her for the next dungeon. And as you'll see, she is quite a bit higher in level than us. She's level 28. She's still pretty useless, but her skills are actually necessary, so that's good. Alright, Fena is here as well. She's actually selling stuff now. She started, because she wanted to help out the resistance, she's selling items and basically becoming a vendor. We want to get 20 gold metal from her. Gold metal is used to get the attack plus 200 enchant. And this should last us until the end of the game. The enchant will be quite slow though, so there's that. And because we have Komachi in the party right now, I can mount Gustav, but likely a few seconds into the run, Komachi will get hit here and we will get thrown off Gustav. So we're just doing a normal run ourselves. So while we're doing it, again, like, there's the donation incentive open for this run, in which you can send people up the tower. Feel free to donate for that. If you want to see the kids try to run up the tower themselves without parental supervision, just toss in a euro or €2. Like, I don't think there have been any donations on that one yet. So if you have anything more to mention, Charlie, it's a good time.
Yep. So we don't have any more donations at the minute, but I really would urge people to donate towards the donation incentive. We don't have a huge amount of time left, but I just want to thank our other associated event, UKSG. If you're from the UK and you would like to attend an event similar to BSG, we highly recommend checking out UKSG. UKSG is an event in Glasgow, so usually, but they're doing events online at the minute, running 4 times a year for young minds, which is a very similar cause to the cause we are supporting today, which is Mind, which is a mental health charity doing a lot of good work during these stressful times. So please get your donations in.
Yes, and to add to that, UKSG currently still has their submission period open for the next event. So if you are interested in running yourself for an event like this, that's still an option as well. And the best part of running an RPG, like I noticed, is that There's enough downtime to just pet the dog. I may not be able to pet the dog in game, but I'm able to pet the dog in real life. Okay, we're at the dungeon, dice, and we're going to do some enchanting here again. We're adding fire attack to everyone. I'll do that in the next one actually, it's fine. There we go. Going to skills, setting the battle skills for Komachi to none, and then Hornbeam. Battle skills, as you notice, like there are 2 battle skills. The interesting thing is like the battle skill that's normally on the Y button, so battle skill 2. That one takes a bit more MP, but it does more damage as well. So, and as you can notice as well, like Komachi currently got wings. It's because she's being affected by the lunar rain. She's happy to let us know that she's feeling great. I'm glad she is. Right, we're killing these Ragnarfus. We'll do that using Cutting Gaffet because it may get some of the small spiders in the crossfire. They're just annoying to kill. Alright, all the big ones are dead. We just have to kill a few small ones to finish up this event. And then a big maze part is going to... Come on, little spider. Okay. Is everything? Yeah. Okay. I will do a save here. Because I've had it happen that this maze area is going... seem to go well, and then the mushrooms in this area can actually confuse you. So I've had it happen that Komachi ran too close to a mushroom, accidentally triggered it trying to kill an enemy, and decided to kill me and then just walk off. And not come back to resurrect me while it was done. So, this is the reason why we have Komachi here. Ash will destroy these webs without... Okay, that's good. Without it causing any issues. Like, if you normally would attack the web, it would spawn enemies and whatnot. It's generally a bad idea. Oh god, Komachi is too far away. She'll catch up, but... Oh, she's already pretty close. I believe, Komachi, I believe. I do want her to be somewhat close by. Come on, oh, it's me. Senpai Spider. There we go. Komachi is, once again, connected to me. By connecting a character, it will keep them closer to you, so... Gustav is also just running somewhere, like he tends to be way behind. I don't know where he goes. I just know that I generally won't see him until the boss fight anymore, so... which also in turn isn't necessarily the worst part. Because this will mean that I'll give Capel... Oh, Komachi's getting chained there. Come on, Komachi. You can do it? Yeah. And this boss fight will be the first time that we'll use the Attack 200 enchant. But getting 2 Attack 200 enchants on Capel is actually incredibly nice. Come on, Komachi, heal yourself. Yeah, there you go. Okay, we have to be a bit lucky there that those little spiders actually hit us. Or hit the web correctly. I'll actually move on a little bit further. Because this is a maze, like I do want to make sure that I am going in the right track. I am going in the right direction. So yeah, we're stunned. I wanted to get a close-up on his, on the doofus face of Capel in that case. Sadly. Okay. We are luring out the scorpion here. so that we don't have anything bad happen to us. I am actually scared now. Scared for my life. Come on, Komachi. Heal. I'm right here. Oh yeah, that was a nicely timed heal. Komachi. She's just running off. This is why I have to save. I'm hoping she'll still resurrect me, but I really have my doubts at the moment. This is just the dumb RNG that is with this game. You know what, to speed things up, I'll close the game and reload the save. There we go. This is faster than just waiting for that screen to happen. Yeah, Komachi will just dash off towards Gustav, and Gustav isn't anywhere close by. Like, she can just heal, use her miraculous medicine on me, and it's all fine. But okay, no problem. In the worst case that would happen again, I have a save just after the boss of this area. Yeah, swap to this too. There we go. That's a plus side of running this on the Xbox One. There's no disc swapping necessary. So I'll just run past this again. It's unfortunate. It's only the second time ever that I died there and got trolled like I did. Normally that doesn't happen, obviously. But that is the same section in which Komachi decided to be confused before, kill me, step out of confusion, and just run off. Okay, Komachi's dead. It's still fine. We'll resurrect Komachi when a bit closer. Can still run a bit, so without needing Komachi. And at the moment I am still good on health, so no big deal there. And I may as well take this opportunity. Have to wait for that web anyway. Oh yeah, just treat yourself. Jeez, it's not difficult, Komachi. You can do it. Alright, now she may get critted. Oh well. It's life of this game. Like, if you want a good run, like, things do have to align. So we're here. Have the little spiders shoot their web. Komachi is close by again, so I can connect her. Good, good. And we're pretty much at the same part as we were earlier. So I'm just going to a bit more safe here. Killing some of these enemies just to have them being dead. Alright, then bait out the centipede, scorpion. There we go. See, this was all that was necessary. Why did she have to make such a problem out of this? Come on, do your ash thingy. Alright. So there's a bit of time loss, but still we're pretty okay on time. Going to the left. Have a bridge created here. And just move on. See, then we go to the right and make sure that we pull out these two enemies. Because they're surrounded by mushrooms. And again, mushrooms will confuse you. And you don't want that to happen at all. Okay, so this Ragnarvas does have some little spiders on it, so I'm making sure that they are dead. Then I'm deselecting fighting. Have Komachi open this web. And then we're done with Komachi for now. We are pretty close to the boss area now. So we are first going to the left once more, getting a hidden item, which will be a nice weapon for Capel to use. Here we go. And as expected, Gustav is nowhere to be found. So normally I have in my notes like give Capel attack 200 and Gustav attack 200 and you'll be fine. But yeah, I do want to get 2 attack 200s up, and it will likely just be on Capel in this case. Alright, so creation, enchant, attack 200, let's go. Equipment, swap to Prismatite Sword, let's heal up. So Gustav we can't heal up because he's too far away. But, we'll have to deal with it. And this enchant can feel like it's one of the more difficult enchants to do right now. Okay, the first one succeeded. Going for the second one. And then we're onto the boss. Gustav will respawn with us, but yeah, he'll be late. Having to attack 200 on Capel will make the boss relatively easy though, so okay, this actually went pretty nice. However, Capel can still die. I want to kill this centipede right here. Connect to Gustav. And go for the boss. Should that? Yeah, there she goes. Oh, Komachi got confused. Oh no, Komachi got confused.
Someone, please treat them.
These things happen. Just, I guess that's RPG life, you know. But luckily we killed the boss beforehand. This could have been a lot worse. I'll have a save here for the next boss. There we go. And then enchant Ether on Gustav. Heal up and we'll be ready. There we go. Creation, enchant, attack Ether. There we go. Gustav. And we will heal up. Blackberry potion on Gustav because Gustav will carry this fight.
Ready to go?
Have Gustav selected. And we're on to health. Health is one of the guardians, obviously. And he's dead. But this is just his first phase. Like, you have 2 minutes for this. Next up, we have to make invisible, use the shield, so that Gustav can do his smacking thing. So that's one of the only instances where the song to have the shield done comes in play. Sadly I died, so my attack 200 is attack 400 in this case is gone, so this fight will go a bit slower than normal. Normally if you have attack 200 this chain just needs 1 or 2 cycles. You're done so incredibly quickly. Okay, make invisible again. Come on Gustav, you can do it. I'll bring you in there. There we go. That's generally how this fight goes. You'll have to wail on this until it may still be a 2 or 3 seconds. Ah, there we go. Okay. The chain is about to be broken, so we have to make him visible again. Oh, wrong song, wrong song, wrong song. It's bad. Okay, got it. And that takes care of health. So from here, given that I already had a bit of time loss, I will want to take the risk. Let's see how much am I. Nah, you know what? I won't take the risk in this case. I'll keep Komachi in the party. I'm going to regret that, am I not? Let's see. I know what, I'll take the risk. Remove Komachi. Won't need her. But the first enemies will have to be a bit careful with.
Oh, please.
Okay, so we now know the dangers of the lunar rain.
Can't win. Let's run.
Alright. Okay, that's good. It happened to me in one of my first runs that I got knocked down there because I removed Komachi and died, and yeah, you know, Gustav and not being able to use items is an issue then.
Oh, please.
What? What hit me there?
Till next time.
You know what, Gustav will do his thing, I'll just run. This is an annoying part of it, like, the terrain can just be in your way. That must have been like a pixel of terrain that Gustav decided, like, yeah, nope. So that's the downside of the mounting within this game, basically. Anyway, we know the dangers of the lunar rain. We suffered a chain here in this area, and we just want to warn everyone, like, yo, the lunar rain is bad. So first things first is we're heading back to Colton, and we actually realized, like, we never introduced ourselves there. So that will be the first thing we do. We'll head towards King of Colton and be like, yo, we're liberating the land, will you assist us? And he's a bit wary still, but he's like, ah, sure. We'll send 2 people along for the ride. And those are Christopher and Serafina. They're not really fleshed out. So this late in the game you still get extra people to join you. So we now want to head to Fayel, warn everyone about the dangers of the lunar rain and stuff that happens. So we're taking the ship back. To Colton. Alright, here we go. I'll get awards. I'm skipping cutscene. Because as they arrive, they notice that the lunar rain started appearing in this area as well. And vermiforms have started to appear. So yeah, I just want to currently just wants to warn the Emir, her father. So to do so, we're going to Mount Gustav as usual and run to the Arabian Dunes, like good old times, Disquant times.
Oh, please.
Except all the enemies now are stronger here. While I'm doing this, I'll just do this. Okay. There's some small ledges here that
Can't
you have to be careful about. Or, for instance, the wing of that bird can just troll you enough to knock you off your feet. But for now, that's all good. Heading into the towards Vale. Generally not the worst of walks. And once we're in Vale, we'll head directly towards the king. I'm not going to do any safety shopping in this case because we're pretty good on items still. At least it feels like. Alright. As you noticed already, like during our run here, you saw a few of the vermiforms. But they're having that issue in Vale themselves as well, except they can protect themselves. Actually, I'll save here. There will be a fight coming up that has gone bad for me once, and since marathon and whatnot, add a bit of safety there. There we go. Alright, safety saving done. Let's go. Into the castle. So what's going to happen here is that the king also noticed vermiforms and they're dealing with it, but they're dealing with it in a way that they're putting lunar rights on people with the sigils to make the sigil stronger, which in turn makes the vermification chances bigger. So he's making it worse by doing that. And as Capel is about to leave, he's like, I'll leave Sopran in your care. And then the king is like, no, they're on blast. They're not our jurisdiction, we don't care. So Capel's not happy. And Capel is heading to Sopran to help them out, because they're on blast, they can't defend themselves against vermiforms. We're totally outmatched here. But I totally don't care. So this is an area, as always, a situational bonus to get to Sopran in time. But that's pretty easy. So I'm not concerned about that one. It does give a nice chunk of XP, like 35k or something. Or 25k. It was a big chunk at least. Which helps out. It levels up Gustav a little bit more. And I see on the map there's a little ledge that you don't see normally, but you can easily bump into that. I just run past all this. And we're closing into Sopran, where we'll have a small event going. Basically there's 3 vermiforms in Sopran. You want to gather them up, use Burst Spear to make sure that they are visible, and then have Edward use Twin Stream on hopefully all 3 of them at the same time. But make sure that the weapon is unsheathed so that they attack, because I've had it before, like they just wouldn't attack, it's horrible. Okay, situational bonus 30k. That's pretty good. Right. Able to add 1 person at Toma, and let's get started. Run here, get everyone sorted, there we go. Make it visible, select Edward, Twin Stream. Like, in the best case, Edward will hit all of them at the same time and just kill them. Edward died. That's great. Okay. I'm trusting them. It's not the most smooth fight, but it still works. Okay, they're all dead. So that takes care of Sopran. And while in Sopron, at that point, Fena and Leif were still alive, and they were like, "Oh, come dashing to Capel," and they both died. So, because Capel was feeling close to Fena, and yeah, as an unblessed as well, yeah, he is now pretty pissed off. He's not happy with the king that he had let it come this far. He basically saw two people he liked or loved die in front of him. So for the next bit of the game, until the final dungeon, Capel will have all his voice lines changed up. So at least the priest rhythm is now gone, for now. Right, running to the king. There we go. Get the cutscene done. And we're now heading back to Colton, because we do want to liberate the rest of the chains. So once again, the usual. Select Gustav and we'll run. But as you noticed already, like his "please help me" is now an "assist me." His "back me up" is also a lot more raw at this moment. Like, he's not happy, and he won't be happy for a while. Like, he finds at this point that lunaglyphs are to blame for everything, because because of lunaglyphs there's issues with firm forms, and the people with lunaglyphs find themselves so much better than the rest. And as an unblessed himself, he at this point just wants to get rid of lunaglyphs as a whole. Like, he wants to exterminate everyone with a lunaglyph. It's basically getting to that point. So he's turning a bit evil at this moment. Okay. Fine terrain, fine. I had to move aside, otherwise I would have hit the wing of that enemy. I would have gotten knocked off anyway. So yeah, Portala. We're not doing much here. We're just heading on to Colton. And once we're in Colton, a ton will happen. Like, what happened earlier is that before we headed to Sopran, Aya misspoke, and while the Emir was still thinking that Capel was Sigmund, Aya is trying to stop Capel by yelling Capel, and yeah, that raises suspicion. So the Emir wants to take Capel captive because he has been making a fool out of him, and not happy and whatnot. But eventually lets him go, and right now we're in Colton, and we just came from the throne room because we got captured in Colton as well. Like, they found out that Capel is not Sigmund, and yeah, how dare we make fool of people. But at that point the Emir steps in. He followed us here, and it's like, yeah, I still trust in the cause, and to let him go. To which King of Colton agreed, and then Saranda, the woman you saw in the unskippable cutscene, came by and was like, haha, you die now, and killed the Emir. So yeah, people die in this game, quite a bit. We are selling 2 memoirs that we picked up along the way, some other items, and we're going to buy the final items that we'll need for Gustav and for Edward. We're good here. And bought those items. Do I want to do a safety save? Or am I feeling lucky? I have the safety save for later in the shrine or the dungeon, and I won't really die early. I'll just go without. It's all good. It's all good. Alright. I do want to restock, actually. Add a few more items. So let's stock up here, add a few more blackberry potions, and just... Come on, where are you? Here. That's fine. It's like the one of the this is the final time that you will be in a town, and we'll do one more shopping trip in a while. But yeah, better to have this done now. So we're going to set up an attack on Castle Valette, where another chain resides, the second to last chain. I am going to swap equipment for Edward to the Crescent Blade, and I'm swapping the Gustav to Prismatite Claws, and we're all good there. Now we have a selection option in this teleporter, and we're going to Castle Valette. Right here, we're going to select Gustav and Komachi as the main party. Then we're going for Vic, Dominica, Kyria, and who was the last one? Michelle. Second party, and last party will be Edward, Balbagan, Toma, and Christopher. Christopher here. There we go. This is going to be our setup. Sorry, even the sound clips of Dance Rhapsody. Everything. He is not happy. Oh, you got it. Okay. Right. Right now, should I do this? We're going to creation and shall attack air on everyone. Gustav and Komachi. Then attack 200 on both Capel and Gustav. And while doing that, we're healing up, adding the Black Bear Evotions. There we go. Alright. 200 on Gustav. We did get another gold metal as a drop earlier. That can drop in this area, so that's really convenient. The more the merrier. Just waiting for this one to succeed. I do want it to succeed. Do it once more. If it doesn't match, then I'll just continue. This will be fine. It does help though. Set A. Just Capella has it. That's the part of RNG as well. Like, the enchant's gonna just fill. But well, we'll still be fine. I can just speed up things a bit, but at one point it's just quicker to do it without the enchant than sitting there and trying to keep the enchant going. Wasting gold metal in the process. Not really necessary. Instead, we have to run quite a bit through this section. Just ignore every enemy until we get to the point where a boss will spawn, but he'll only spawn at, and we'll have a forced fighting section with skeletons that are wearing a sight and skeletons that are wearing a shield. The ones with the sight can be one shot at the moment, and the ones with the shield can be 2 shots, so that's all pretty good. Charlie, if you want to mention anything in the meantime, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Give me a sec.
No rush.
So just to remind everybody, we're raising money for Mind, which is a nationwide organisation committed to mental health issues and supporting everyone who has dealt with mental issues themselves or within their family. All of your donations will go to Mind.
It's a good cause. So please donate. And also, still, while donating, you can still donate on sending some of my team members up the tower alone and having them deal with boss fights on their own. It's just funny to see. So we're just clearing out this room, like, it takes a while. A bit early there. That one's almost dead. Yeah, okay, we should be good. Okay. First of these force fights is done. There will be 2 more before we are actually at the boss. And then we're going on, just running onwards. This is also a pretty mazy area, and generally have to have a bit of an idea where to go. Help them, help them, help them. Why won't you help them? So this is the new, could you please treat them? Oh, this is the issue. Aha. Awesome. I had my sword still unsheathed, so they were just fighting instead of running along. Help them, help them, help them. Alright, next forced fight section. We have a ton of these life stealers here as well. So just deal with them, just keep fighting. There's Gustav finally. Sometimes he just has his own mind and he disappears for a while. But yeah, having them around is quite nice. These enemies that have the sides in quick hit. There we go. Shield's done. I did notice that during this run we did get a few more gold medals, which is nice. I think this was the last of them. There we go. Yep. And I know, right? I'm for a change playing a more recent game than and a more decent game and a long game. I mean, I assure you that I'm not that I'm still okay, you know. Nothing wrong with me. Okay, the lantern I have to tie. And normally I'm playing CDI games or something like that, so it is a weird change of pace, you know. But this RPG is since I used to play it as a kid. Well, not really as a kid because Xbox 360, but I used to play it when I was younger, and I did like it still. But for an RPG speedrun, it's also not overly long, so it felt like a nice one to get or to try an RPG speedrun with. And even though there's a ton of RNG and things can go horribly wrong, it's pretty fun. Alright, I'm going to heal everyone up, make sure to add blackberry potions to Gustav, and we're all good. I have to deal with the boss here. But yeah, this boss is just wail on them. And he's dead. Like, it can go so incredibly quickly. I already have a save for this area, so I'm not going to save here. We're going to enter a maze here, and we have to follow the correct path, because if you mess this up, you will be sent back to the start of this maze. And while the situational bonus isn't great, getting sent back to this maze just wastes time. Like, literally waste time. It's, as you can see, it's pretty slow. You need both characters to stand on top of the symbol on the floor to enable it, and then there we go. I did color code it this time, so while I'm just slowly walking through this maze. If you have anything to say, Charlie, have fun.
Yep. 1 second, I do have a donation to read. I just need to fiddle about with the donation system. 1 second.
No rush. We're just watching colors appear on the wall here.
So we have a $20 donation from Anonymous saying, "Thank you to everyone involved in putting on this event, and thank you to you."
Thank you for the donation. It's much appreciated. And
And
go ahead.
I think that might be towards one of the bid wars, so I just need to refresh and see what that went towards.
Sure thing.
I'm not quite sure at the minute, but your bid war is still wide open, so get those donations coming in towards the final Dungeon Sacrifices donation incentive.
Yeah, there's also 2 characters that will be sent up, so the top 2 bids will win it. Alright, I just need 3 more doors. Almost there. And then you'll also see the reason why I took Komachi along. Because Komachi has another useful skill here, in which she can grab chests that are out of your range. And the chest that's coming up has the weapon that I'll be using for the rest of the game for a Capel. So it's nice to have. That at least takes care of this maze. And then we'll just walk in here for a moment, run around a bit so that the Hydrops don't hit me. Deal with these knights. And we have to wait a bit for my party up there to deal with things. Are they stuck or something? What's happening to them? They're supposed to move on. Oh, there you go. Okay, so I'm selecting Honeysuckle. Use it on that chest there to get the instrumental sword. And this one, yeah, it's the weapon that I'll be using until the very end, so that's the main reason why Komachi is here. Just that. Alright, continuing on. This section, even though it's still a bit mazy and has a lot of enemies, it's pretty obvious where to go because of the metal grating on the doors. And we'll have a little puzzle coming up. Shortly after that, we'll be heading towards the boss of this area. This puzzle is pretty easy. You see the color orb changing colors, obviously. And we'll have to hit it when it's green. I didn't want to risk it there. Because if it's red, then it will spawn enemies. Waste time. Like, if it's not the correct combination, it will spawn stuff. Next one will be a bit quicker. Again, I'm not risking it there. There we go. Green. And green. There we go. And then next up, before we will do the upcoming one, which has the invisible version, but it doesn't matter because we'll make them visible. Do enchanting. Do the increment during the enchant. Make this instrumental sword. Heal up a bit already. Back to creation enchant. Setting it up for Gustav and heal up again. There we go. Blackberry potion on. Oh, Gustav is so good. Oh, we're all also good. Okay. We good. Oh, we have tons of gold metal. That's the one thing that has been lucky this run. Okay. So yeah, same thing. Hit the green. And we're running towards the boss. Again, we don't care about any of these enemies. I do try to avoid them a little bit so I don't get hit stunned or anything, but all in all, this is pretty chill now. But honestly, it has been quite fun to get into an RPG speedrun for a change, even though it is difficult to practice during weekdays or even during weekends, because you need to set aside like 3.5 hours. Having enough responsibilities like walking my co-commentator and that kind of stuff, it's not that easy to find the time. Alright, the door. Here we go. Boss fight. So it's Saranda. She's starting off... Okay, I thought she was going to start off with one of the more dangerous attacks. Hydro is not so bad. Like, she has a fire attack that can be incredibly annoying. Okay. I'm now going to wail on the crystal while the rest of the party will just come by and also smack up Saranda. Yeah, since I'm the only one that can actually destroy chains, this is necessary. Yeah, Gustav is coming to take a look here. Don't you have anything better to do, Gustav? Like, kill Saranda. Saranda is now back up. She'll likely get knocked down pretty quickly again. Okay, Saranda's down. I'll likely take out the... yeah, the Orpal's already really close to dying. This is a scary move, Pearl of Darkness. I'm staying out of that. It will stun a lot of people and it's generally really bad. Okay. There we go. Saranda is dead. Chain has been cut. Get some items and all that kind of stuff. Yada yada yada. So that takes care of Castle Valette. That was the second to there's one more chain left at the moment. But because we got the chain, the castle started to collapse. So there's that. And we're in these caves. These caves are pretty short, so there's no issue. We're going to get split up from the party. Please mind your sound. If you have headphones on,
Damn it!
please lower your sound a bit, because this is loud. Not necessarily this part, but the upcoming sound effect. You may not want to have that on full blast. So we have to go to the far end, go back for a bit, because hey, there's no way, how are we supposed to move through this? And then you get Kool-Aid Man again, where the centipede will break through the wall. And here I'm going to enchant a fire, attack fire on myself. Yeah, very good. And the reason why I bought more sunstones was that besides the fire attack, it also is used for anti-freeze. And normally we have enough sunstone for just taking the... Oh, I got deafened. Which is nice. Sound is less. Enjoy the peace and quiet. Okay, I will get healed there. Good. Was about to say something. I'll first pick out this, so like, this is annoying. There we go. There's a room in the final dungeon that is incredibly dangerous, because it has some heavy hitting enemies, but also they use ice spells which will likely hit you, and there's a chance that it will freeze you. If it freezes you, then in the case of Capel, yeah, it's not a good position to be in, especially because that wastes a lot of time. So in the final dungeon I did have some safe set up. just in case, because yeah, it's not the best position to be in. While I'm just running through this, there will be one more loud moment. Yeah, while I'm running through this, if you have a bit more to say, Charlie, go ahead.
Yep, sure. So we do have a donation that's come in, and that was what the bid was to do with. It'll all become clear when I read it out. So we've had a $39 donation from our very own Cruel219 saying, "Let's make it a nice total, shall we? Love you all. Good luck on the rest of the marathon. Money goes to naming the Sobble in Pokemon Sword after my favourite person, Dunkta123. Thank you very much, Cruel."
Thank you, Cruel. Alright, I just did a safety save because we're getting pretty close now. There will be 2 more boss fights and some cutscenes to skip and whatnot before the incentive should be closed. So just to give you a small heads up. Because we'll have 1 dragon fight incoming, then we have 1 guard fight, and then we have to set up a party. So I'd say after the dragon fight, just I'll start off the other fight. Just I'll let you know that you can close it. All right,
Sure.
Here we're going for water attack on Capel and on Gustav, and then attack challenge on Gustav, and hopefully the dragon won't troll us. Oh, that still works. There we go. Let's see, Blackberry Potion. Please work. Of course. Spend a bit more time here. We're still so good on gold medal. I may be able to give everyone full stack of attack 200 at the end. There we go. My enchanting level went up, so attack 200 will be a bit safer now as well. Okay, so dragon fight. We have to set the party again for some reason.
Thank you. Ready?
Okay, so this dragon can troll us incredibly hard. I'm actually healing myself now, before I die here. There we go. Safety. Okay, so Edward is currently petrified. I'm just leaving Gustav to do his own thing, because I'm going to resurrect Edward. I'm not taking that risk. Okay. Gustav can start wailing on the boss again. But he's often out of fire range, so that's incredibly annoying. Okay, he's landing. Good. And he's dead. That's the dragon. Still managed within 2 minutes, which is nice. Go to the north. For some reason I feel like it's the west, but you know. Okay, so Capel just outed his anger and had a moment with Aya. And from this point onwards, it's back to please heal them, because Capel is happy again. And that's a good thing, because we're heading towards this final dungeon. And we have to do 1 more boss fight before we set the party to, yeah, what it will be. So I would say you can close the Bitwar now. And,
Okay.
and just look it up. Yeah. Yep.
I was just going to say, in that case, it's entirely up to you who you pick.
Excellent, the kids are going up alone. Yeah, Rico and Rucha, they are so annoying as at the start, and I feel like they wanted the responsibility. They're going to get it. So, Underwater Palace. The Underwater Palace is based on the Kingdom of Cassandra, and it turns out that Capel is actually, because he was Sigmund's son, he's the heir to, or the actual prince for this area. Capel is still a bit lower level than I would have wanted, but that makes sense. So I can't use his strongest skill yet, meaning I'll just focus on keeping everyone alive. So yeah, Sigmund used to be the king of Cassandra, and there we go. And because Capel was born under him, and he sadly was born under a lunar eclipse or with some rain, with some clouds. It was still good. Okay, that was the boss fight. That's good. Because Capel was unblessed, normally unblessed are being just dealt with, especially if it's a leader of a big kingdom. So Rika and Richa are going alone, as you can see.
Guess good things do happen.
But because Sigmund in his king state as a aristo, so he was like completely ascended as a blessed person. He didn't want to just give up on Capel and had him sent to a place where Capel would be safe. But also to deal with it himself, he had his aristo state reverted, and there is a way to revert it, but it involves going back to when you got your lunar glyph. And in case of Sigmund, that was when he was a baby. So Sigmund went from an old guy to a baby, same age as Capel, and he was raised by Queen Svala of Helgita, and that's also why Queen Svala, but also Toma and Komachi already realized that Capel is not the same person as Sigmund. Alright, this is going to be a bit of a boss rush. I am going to put Earth Attack on Gustav and Edward, and then Attack 200 on Capel. And after that, I'll heal up a little bit, especially giving some upgrade potions here. These are good. This is fine, and then I'm setting my skill because level 33 means I get Reagan Leaf. And Reagan Leaf is strong. Alright, all set. These fights are still a bit dangerous, like things can go wrong. I'll likely be put to sleep straight away. There you go. I think I'll get a fault on me, which is good. It wakes me up. Okay, this is excellent. I'm able to hit both of them at the same time here. I'll actually take the responsibility myself to heal up. Edward is pretty bad at healing up, so hopefully would have been able to hit them both there. This still works. So we're just smacking Grizzly Swing and Reagan Leaves. It generally works fine. But this one should also be pretty close to death, honestly. Yeah, there it goes. So that's the first boss room. That is the third room altogether, the third floor. And next up is one of the most dangerous rooms. And that's the one where I could get frozen, so I'm going to add the safety of adding the antifreeze on top of me. Alright. On the left and right you'll see the kids run. In this case it's not too interesting because see, anti-freeze here is. It just gives me the safety, like it can still go wrong, but this is an incredibly dangerous room. And normally you wouldn't do this. I'll just actually take the left side as well, so that... I mean, I'm still getting stun locked here, so that's not good. Okay, through here. I've been trying just dashing through the middle as well, and then both of the Gigas will jump on you and generally knock you in the right direction, but it's always like holding your breath, hoping this goes well. For now, it did. Next boss is not too difficult. It's similar to the one that Gustav managed to 4-shot earlier in the run. So we're just adding water enchants to everyone. And then healing up. Water attack, here we go. I don't know where Gustav went. Oh, there he is. He's also in range at least. Okay, blueberry potion on everyone. Make sure that we're full on health, but most importantly, being full on mana. There we go. Let's go. Okay, snake sap I'm not going to touch myself. But I do want to get a hit in because here we go, 30k damage right there. Just speeds up things a little bit more. The enchant along with Dragon Leaf being strong and me still having attack plus 400. Like, here. You see the boss? I'll just take this moment. Split. They cannot beat the boss on their own. Alright. Luckily, there's enough time to pet the dog during this run. He has been good. He's been pretty calm. Next turn is pretty easy. But it is scary in a way, because these have Doomsting, and I think it insta-kills. Knock on wood, I haven't had it happen to me yet, except for, I think Edward got insta-killed at one point. But other than that, all good. Then we're up to floor 7, and we're getting closer and closer to the end of the game. Like Leonette is currently doing a ritual because the moon is close enough to the world to become immortal. That's what the gong that you keep hearing as well. This is the final boss before we get a save point, and as you just noticed, like we took quite some time to get here. I want air attack. Here we go. On Capel, Gustav. And Edward, and Gustav will get attack 200. And this boss fight can troll you quite hard, and like I've had it once that it was really bad. Normally it goes well. It seems to be a trend in this game, honestly. Getting trolled. Okay, attack 200 worked. This one is similar to the skeleton boss earlier. Except now we do have some more skills. And Dragon Leaf will do a ton of damage here. He should be dead already, yeah. They're also a decent one. This fight can go incredibly wrong, he can troll you so hard. But this gives us a little bit of safety. We are going to stock up completely on items, being completely done. Doing a safety save, resting up, like it's last time we can actually buy items. And then we're in the final 5 bosses. Like there will be 3 bosses, save point, 2 bosses, and then this run is about over. But now we're still going. Fingers crossed that nothing is going to troll us. We're still well underestimate. Even though we had 2 incredibly trolly moments with game overs, it was sad. Okay, let's first rest. And then let's buy items. So stock up everything. Let's stock up an antidote. Oh, not holy water. We don't need holy water. Paragons. Yeah, sure, fine. Let's do this. Why not? Eye drops. Yeah, we can use that. Confusion. Ear picks will work, I guess. Medicine. Here we go. We just got a ton of gold just dealing with the final dungeon and the dungeon beforehand, so we can just buy everything. Alright. Save. Then the first is just a normal boss that is still part of this dungeon as is. It will be a kraken, so big squid. He's a bit of a pushover, but he can still throw you with his tentacle flail. But it seems to be a bit of a trend here, like either a boss can throw you incredibly hard or he's a pushover. And it's all by just doing all the enchanting and whatnot. So while we're getting closer to the top, the gong will go faster and faster, like the ritual is almost done. You see Rico running there on his own. They are still alive. Good for them. Okay, attack, earth attack this one. On everyone. Mostly on Capella and Gustav, but it's quick enough to do on everyone. And from there, it's a same old story. Select Gustav, be ready with Gristy Swing, and just swing everything out of our big friend here. He'll likely die. Yeah, there it is. See, total pushover. He didn't even do anything scary. We will get this item. We'll equip this to Gustav before the next fight. I think this increases the crit rate or something I like. Yeah. Rika and Rucha also managed to get through this. And this is the final part of the dungeon, like the multi-party segment is done now. And because we don't kill anything, like it gives us a bad score. We do get a ton of money that we can't use. So here we are. Okay. We are going to enchant here. And that is attack 200 on Gustav twice. I'm going to... I'll do the next one. I already messed up my menuing there. There we go. And then equipment, Gustav. We get this one. Oh, we did get another item here. Oh. There we go.
Ready to go?
Oh, this wasn't necessary. I have to redo my party. There we go.
Ready to go?
So, first Gyarados.
You know what to do. You know what to do. You know what to do. Come on.
Total pushover. Right there. So now we have to deal with the Dark Knight Leonid before he ascends.
Ready to go? Select time.
I'm going to try to use Reagan Leaf on multiple chains at once. I am healing up now because this is not good. I don't want to die here because I have enchants on me. If you die, the enchants are gone, so dying is generally not the best idea.
Oh, please.
Okay. Yeah, Edward just heal yourself. He's not doing that, of course. 23 life. I'm glad I started healing.
Till next time. Ready to go? Help the injured.
I'm going to heal up a little bit, but also adding mana to everyone so that they can keep using their skills. Go, all good still. And he should be dead in a moment.
Ready to go? Come on. You know what to do. Come on. Reagan Leaf. You know what to do. Come on. You know what to do. Come on. Reagan Leaf. You know what to do. Come on.
Oh, no. We had Edward die. We had Gustav die. It's all fine.
Oh no.
Felt a bit too confident that the unit was about to die already.
Ready to go? You know what to do.
And he's dead. So that takes care of the first Leonite fight. And here's our last save point.
Till next time.
So we have 2 more fights to go. There we go. Unit did get ascended. But the corruption basically of the moon is taking over for him, taking him over. And we're just wanting to cut the chain. So he has the chain. But there's no orb. And as any good RPG, we're now on the moon. Basically, they put an enchantment on the chain so that you could walk on it. And we're going to the lunar sanctuary because the orb to cut the chain is actually on the moon itself. And yeah.
Someone, please treat them.
We're going to do that then. There we go. One more door, and then there's some stairs. We'll be stacking everyone up on attack for 200. And then I'll have to keep an eye on that everyone stays alive, because if they die, attack 200 disappears. And in this case, like, it's attack 800. So that's pretty nice bonus to have. Alright, so let's go for it. Creation, enchant, attack 200 on Capel. Let's see, we had 12, so that means that everyone can have 4. We're fully stacked on attack 200s, so that's good. Let's see, equipment. Going to get the Caratos helmet. So I have 2 on Gustav. Everyone is pretty good on health, but mana is a thing. There we go. This is the 3rd on Gustav. I'm now going to use the last one, the 4th one on everyone at the last moment, so that everyone keeps it as long as possible. 3, 1. This 2nd, 3rd, and the 4th. Doing Gustav once more and Edward once more, and then we're all set. Just have to make 100% sure that no one dies, preferably. Otherwise, we'll still do our best to get through this.
Oh, please.
There we go. final Leonard fight. So he's ascended, but yeah, he's also completely out of it at the moment. Okay, managed to parry that attack. I'm healing up now. There we go. I am actually getting out of my way here. Okay, it's Edward, that's fine. I do still want Edward to live though. Edward didn't care much. Oh, hey. The unit is dead. Excellent. That was pretty quick. So on to the next last fight. And we're going to beat up a god as tradition. Blackberry potion. So first we have to take care of these discs. These discs can only be damaged. Okay, this is pretty good. They can only be damaged if they're standing still. So you're trying to do that during the attack. Try to get as many of them down. Okay, make sure that Gustav doesn't die there. Because we need Gustav. Okay, we managed to get most of these. Oh, no. It's bad. I'm at least healing myself up. Okay. So we have 2 left. Okay, they're the 2 easier ones. Healing myself. That takes care of that ring or that disc. And that takes care of that. So now we're on to the boss. I'm trying to hit everything at once. Yeah, that took care of his thingy, and with that we're almost done. He'll die any moment. Ah, he's dead. That's time. Sorry about that. This went a lot quicker than I expected, so we're done.
Awesome.
So with that, yeah, the chain has been cut. I'm still 20 minutes under estimate, as kind of expected. It was a bad run. So even for a bad run, being that much under estimate, yeah, it's crazy. I'd like to thank BSG for letting me showcase this. It was a lot of fun. Also, just a lot of fun showcasing an RPG for a change. I'd like to thank my co-commentator here, who has been good and deserves pats. He'll likely get a treat in a moment. And thank you, Charlie, for hosting this, because it was a pretty long one to sit through.
I had a lot of fun. It was really interesting. I've never heard of this game before, and it was really fun to watch, so thank you. Yeah,
it's a bit of an unknown game, because it was only released on the Xbox 360 and not received that well. Even though it's a Tri-Ace and Square Enix game, like, it's still one of the more unknown ones. So with that, I'm going to, since it wasn't a PB, I'm not going to wait out the credits on stream at least. You can cut it here and just go on to the next run, so that we're back on the schedule, on the original schedule.
I do have a couple of things to just quickly read out, though,
go for
if that would be okay.
Yeah, go for it.
So I do have a $5 donation from Zelda Addicted saying, promised Grumpmeister to try and make it to his run, so here I am. Good luck. Thank you for that.
I saw it, thank you.
I just want to quickly say, the eagle-eyed viewers may have seen that there's a new game in the ticker, and that's because we've added a bonus run, which is Portal Inbounds by Fabiclaws, so stay tuned for that after Final Fantasy.
Sounds good. Yeah, thank you, so Addicted. I know you were trying to make it, because it was still early in the morning. I did notice it in the chat as well, so thank you for making it. And thank you everyone in chat who has been watching this game. I hope you all had a good time. And let's continue on to Final Fantasy, I think.